And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, and doing all those fun things, and hopefully making money at it. Because that is it is all not a hope, but it is a hope. It's not a strategy for making money on this, but it is. There are risks involved. This is my daily Forex update, and I always mention the risks on this because it's important that people understand that there are risks with trading Forex or anything else, including Bitcoin and anything else for that matter. So with that, let's go ahead and get straight into the disclaimer screen, and we'll go from there. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I am a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration at this time. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here's the CFTC risk disclosure. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. So with that, let's go ahead and get into what's going on today and see how we're doing. First, let's look at the challenge I'm in right now. It's a $30,000 challenge with Audacity Capital, and I'm down 21.41.48, which means I'm just about to tap out. I'm still in the game though. Took a loss of $141, and I'm glad I kept it at just $141, because if I had not kept that tighter stop loss, I would have won the trade. The trade went harshly against me anyway, so it was not something that was 100% foreseeable. I should have recognized that I was buying in at, or that I was selling at support, but I did not, and that is what cost me that trade. So I need to pay more attention to where I'm buying and selling and what those levels actually mean. For example, right now, the DXY is at where is it? It did cost me more money in my personal accounts, but I need to pay closer attention to where my support levels are. All right, so here we go. In fact, let's go ahead and see if we can't find some support levels here. Oops, baby points, baby pips, which is one of my favorite sites. I'd highly recommend you check it out if you're getting into trading. I don't know what that means. My ad blocker is not on to my knowledge, but it's I don't have that tool. Let's go over here to pivot point calculator, and I like the Fibonacci's, and let's go ahead and look at the daily and the power versus the yen. Just what I like to trade. Let's see if we can trade it or not. Right now the pivot point's at 208.57, which is right about where it is, and we're looking at several different areas. Coming in 208.09, I like that as an entry level. So let's try buying at support and seeing if that works out better for us instead of selling at support. 206.98, probably not going to see that level. 207, I think is where we are right now. But anyway, let's go back to the DXY and focus on this before we start picking out a trade. Because I may not trade today. Let's see. Let's look over here first and look at the events for today. We have unemployment claims at 8:30. Nobody cares about those anymore. And New Zealand governor is going to talk around 6 o'clock p.m. Other than that, we don't have a whole lot going on. We do have some Fed speak and the Philly Fed numbers. Michelle Bowman is going to talk. We'll see what she thinks about anything. And Kashkari, and I don't think very highly of him, but he's one of the modern monetary theory guys who thinks that the Fed has an unlimited amount of cash. That's not true. But we'll see how, and he's running the quote unquote running the economy right now. We'll see how that works. I think he's pushing for a possible seat as governor, but we'll see. Who knows? I'm not my monkey, not my circus. But here we are. We have the DXY right here. This is my circus. This is circus I choose to play in. at 97.69. Got a little bit of a, get this a little bit bigger. There we go. A little bit of a push on that from yesterday. Was down here, I think, the last time we started talking on stuff. Oh, that's hourly. We need to be in the daily. Whoa, look at that. Much different. Okay, never mind. Get a big push yesterday, and then today it's kind of rethinking things. Got a big selling spot right there. We could see a higher pound, euro versus the dollar, pound versus the dollar. Here we have the euro versus the pound. Euro is winning today versus the pound, in theory. Not by much, but just a little bit. Euro versus the dollar, not really going anywhere. It's right there at support at 117.83, and that is a big support level, becoming a big support range right in here. Support area, so it's not really going anywhere. Dollar versus the yen. Looks like it's topping out right there. How about that on the daily charts? Got a big sell area right above it, and a big buy area right under it. I don't know what's going to happen next. It's my theory is that it's going to head down, but that theory hasn't panned out well lately. Pound versus the dollar. Got pound weakness and dollar strength as indicated here. Well, not by much, but just a little bit, but just enough to get the dollar up against the pound. Pound versus the yen. Again, looks like it's consolidating in there, but it doesn't look like it's... I'm not sure if it's going to be a support area. We don't know what's going to happen yet, whether it's going to be a support area or a resistance area. Support turns resistance. This could be resistance turning to support later if it gets above it, but it doesn't look... It's not really anxious to get above 209.23 right now. So right now we're about 70 pips lower than that. Good, and right in the middle of that range, so I'm pretty much staying out of it. We would like possibly get a buy-in at 207.83. That would be fun. Don't know if it's going to hit that low, but we could certainly give it a shot. Put a buy limit in there for 207.83. And check and see where that is on our pivot point. 207.83. 207.96 is the next FIBO level, and 207.93 would be the next, would be right under it. We'd give it a little bit of downward momentum and then have a price turn. I can see how that trade would work. Here we have euro versus the yen. Again, not a whole lot of buying area going on there, but just a little bit. But it's a lot of selling going on there. Pound versus dollar versus the CAD. Again, this really looks like a mean reversion strategy right here, but it's not strong enough to actually get anywhere with it. This would be the reversal signal right here. It comes down, closes outside the Bollinger Band, and then breaks inside the Bollinger Band again and closes above it on the next candle on the daily. To have to get tighter in the time frame to actually get that time better. Otherwise, when you're waiting for confirmation, you miss the whole trade on that one. So I'm not sure that's a good place to trade right now. CAD versus the yen, heading up. I thought I was going to say it was going to be heading down, but no. Look at that; it's heading up. The only yen pair that's heading up could be due to the pressures in the oil industry. Crude oil up to $66 a barrel. I'm probably on geopolitical tension, so what's going on in the Middle East? I have no idea what's going on in the Middle East because I haven't looked there yet. So we could see that edging up today. As something's going on in the Middle East, we might be melting upon Iran. Who knows? They've been hinting around about it for a while. Aussie, again, been hinting around about it for 30 years. If you really want to get down to it. Not what I call a surprise. Aussie versus the dollar. Kind of hanging out right there at 70.53. Not something I'm going to get into. Now might be a good time to get a buy in there, though. Looks like it might have a little reversal candle setting up there. But again, you want to get down to the smaller time frames to time your entries and exits. Gold is hanging out right there, right almost at 5,000, 59.92, just under. Let's see if 5,000 becomes resistance, and then it forces the trading forces it lower, price forces it lower. Platinum hanging out right there at 20.93, big strong resistance at 2,100. Palladium holding, not really going anywhere. Silver got a little push yesterday, up almost 2% today, but not really taking off at 78.51. Could see it. I don't think it's going to keep making these hyperbolic moves that it was making, but it could do something very well. And then look what happened at the software sector yesterday. Software sector turned around. We've got no idea what's going to happen with it today because it's not open yet. But the software sector, big turnaround. No, it wasn't. 1.5% in the IGV. I'm sorry, 1.28, 1.25% in the IGV, which is the iStock software or iShares software sector ETF. And then here are some of the three of the components right here: HubSpot, Intuit, and Adobe. I'm customers of all three of those, or I used to be a HubSpot customer until they changed them until they didn't want my business anymore. But it's funny how these things get turned around. But at any rate, that's all I've got for today. Not in summary, I would watch gold, silver, and probably oil today if you're an oil trader. The currency level, I'm still watching the yen crosses to see if they're going to dissipate or go harder than or if the carry trade is going to continue. Then with the shenanigans in the bond market, bonds are up today. A couple of days ago, I mentioned the bonds were down, and it looked like we're entering a deflationary cycle. Scratch that. They're, well, about even today, but up slightly. So bond yields are up slightly. So that could be more of a risk on type event. But at any rate, we can come back here and actually check it here and see if it's a risk on or risk off. Today it's probably right in the middle. It is risk off. So nobody wants to get dangerous today. So don't get dangerous today with trading because it can cost you a lot of money. That's all I've got for today. If you have any questions, by all means, ask them in the comment section. If you'd like to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. And if you like this channel, then by all means, give it a thumbs up, and you'll be richly rewarded. Oh well, you guys have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.